everybody, welcome to another episode on the DeathCraft server. My name is Brink. I've been running a quarry for the last few minutes. I just started it, and it's being intermingled with the mob farm. As you can see, things are moving along, progressing nicely. I thought today that we would refine some of the things that we've been doing and make them a little bit better. What we have is a canola farm, just a makeshift one out there. As you can see, the yellow flowers are blooming, and I haven't cut them down in a few minutes, maybe 15 minutes. Thought we might be able to automate them and stick them over by our tree farm, which is a little bit away. So let's get some stuff together. Now, I've set up a craft or a pattern for this fertilized dirt, which may come in handy. We'll make about 10 of them, even though I think we only need about 7 for what we'll be doing. And then, let's see, I made this little storage chest so we can move around with things. Got a night vision potion in case it runs a little bit long, and a little bit of regen just in case we meet up with any baddies. But, yeah, we got a DC engine which will power a fan with a lever. We got our canola seeds. I got a little bit more than I need, but I got nothing else to do with it, so I'll bring it along. Glass for a covering, sort of a greenhouse effect. And then some of this technical stuff, which we'll get into, maybe a DSU, in case we're able to harvest more than we're able to refine. As far as refining, we'll be using a regular grinder, powered by a magnetostatic engine, which will be fed power through a tesseract. There is one thing missing. The thing that drives, let's see. We need to drive this fan, and it needs more speed, more than torque. Yeah, it needs some speed. So what we'll do is a 4-time gear shaft unit, which, let's see if we can find it in here. It's going to be a work table device, not a crafting table device. So we won't be able to craft it here. We'll have to go to the work table over there. But let's see what materials we'll need from the ME. Let's see if we can find it though. I don't know the name of it. It's gear something. Here it is. One of these guys here. But we need the 4x1. And here it is. So let's grab that. We have a 4-time gear unit over a mount. Okay, so let's grab that. Gear unit 2 times, 4 times over a mount. And there's our mount. Had them ready for this particular job, but it was a few days ago, so that's why I had to drive my memory to remember how to make it. So there it is, and that'll drive the fan. We need some speed to be able to drive it. So now we can head out. I think we have everything we need. I'm hoping we don't forget anything, because it's a little bit of a trek. This is 300 Minecraft blocks away. It's not really meters, it's Minecraft blocks, I read somewhere. That's where the farm used to be. I've since moved it over to a desert just to get more optimization, and I have to set my controls or the keys for Zan's map, because I couldn't erase this waypoint to set up a new one. So I'll meet you over there, and then I'll bring you back. And here we are. So I'm kind of thinking we can do it over here on this side, because this is where I have my tree farm collection. As you can see, it's been running great. It powers just about everything in my base. Not everything exactly, but just about everything. Now I can dig into the ground over here, because I do need to tunnel in to access some of the technical devices underneath. So I think this will be fine. Let me just cut a little hole here. Well, our refinery will be below, So I'll set the farm above. This way it can get some sun. And well, let me just set some of these things down. So we got these two, which we can use by putting it over here out of the way. I'll drop these saplings in there. I won't need them, or the sand. And then we can start collecting whatever we'll need for the farm. One thing I forgot to bring is a hoe, but I think this comes already hoed out, so it should be okay. But I'll set them down. Actually, now that I do recall, this is sort of the order in the things that we'll need. Make it go a little bit faster. Get rid of this. Okay. So, yeah, we're blowing it this way. So I think it'll go here. Instead of replacing the dirt, I'm going to put it right on top of the dirt. Hopefully it'll work out. So we have 7 there. And I'll place some more blocks just to put our stuff on top. So where's our 7th? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our fan will go here. I think it's here. 7. Well, if we need to, I can move it over just a little bit more also. We'll give it a try and see if that's the right place to go. But let's spin this around. Red goes toward the fan. And then that is the gear. Okay, that is the gear shaft. Now here's the motor, which will power the gears. And we'll turn that around. That's fine. And now our lever. Okay, it doesn't stick to this apparently. So we can grab another block of some kind. Let's see what we got here. And grab that. What can we replace it with? Well, I'll replace it another time. Dress it up real nice. Here we go. So we turn this, and that should do it. That should blow. Let me just turn it off for a moment. I do have to set this to speed. As you can see, it's set to torque. So let's drive this down, and I'm not sure if it's a shift right click that does it, or with the screwdriver. Let's see. Yes, that set it to speed. So now we're set to speed. This should have enough power to blow all the way to here, as far as here. Let's see, if we wrench it. Oh, actually a little bit further than we need. So we can take one of these guys and maybe put them over here. We really don't need to go all the way. I think that'll be fine, even though I see that I have another block. So why don't we put it all the way? Okay. You see, I'm not sure it goes that far. I think that's actually wrong. Whatever that GUI was indicating, I don't think it goes that far. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is just cover it up. And I'll plant the seeds in a bit. I just want to build a housing for it first. This will give a little bit of protection from whatever animals are, like cows and pigs that are all around. As you can see, there's cows and pigs there, and mobs. They can actually jump on here and ruin our production. We want this as optimized as possible. So I'll get started right away and plant them. This way we can get them going immediately. I should have brought some bone meal now that I think about it. Great, so I don't have to hoe it. That worked out just fine. They seem to be holding in there, so they're fine. Now, maybe not. It looks like they're being uprooted. They may not stick to this kind of ground. I may have to get some dirt and till it. Yeah, this is not holding. I can't risk it. So let's make a hoe. Alright, I think I got the whole lot. This guy's gonna sink to his death there. So I got all the creepers, got a little bit of night vision, built a hoe, and I think we're ready to hoe this guy down. Let's see. Alright, that should do it. Grab a little bit of glass here. And then we'll plant our seeds. Very good. I can cover this up. It'll work itself out from here on out. I don't have to deal with it ever again. As you can see, this fan is powered with nothing. I have no energy source on it. It's just a redstone signal. A redstone torch would have worked just as fine, just as well. But yeah, we're not losing any energy from this at all so far. So now from here, we need to get into dropping it down into some kind of a holding device, either a chest, I bought a chest, or a DSU. Now I gotta think about this because the processor can't process the canola's seeds that fast, and well, I don't know if I'm going to be using a whole lot of magnetostatic engines for this. So I think I should hold. See, I don't see a need for it, but actually we have so many DSUs back at the base, so I don't mind sparing a DSU. I don't think. I think this will work out just fine like this. We need a. Let me clear out some of my inventory first. This is getting a little bit cumbersome. Just the things I don't need. We don't need the canola seeds anymore, and this guy. So we can get an obsidian pipe, which will grab all of the canolas that are flying around. They'll fly around from there and land right here. I think that's fine. I think it picks up from the sides also. It would be safer for me to drop it a bit and then cover around it, but I think this will do. Yeah, I think it'll do. Okay, so we're driving what the canola seeds that fall into the DSU down into our refinery. So let's get that going. Now we're gonna need some item ducts. And a pneumatic. Alright, so let's see if we can get this going. It's taking a little bit longer than I thought it would. Alright, so we can go across here and then drop down. From here, it'll go into our refinery. Now, the grinders are what's going to be right below this pipe. So we'll get the grinders. I really got to cover this up. I don't like the way this is looking here. Let me cut out a little bit more of this, and then I can drop it in there. Very good. Yeah, I think that'll do. It'll drop straight down and into these three. Alright, so we need to turn this one around and put a pneumatic on it. Set it to always on. And now any canola seeds that go in here will go into here until these are full. When it's full, it'll hold on to the canola inside the DSUs. The only question I have so far is maybe dropping the DSU with the obsidian pipe a little bit and then wrapping around the obsidian pipe with the glass. But I'm going to wait to see what happens with the first canola seeds to see if it works just fine the way it is. If it does, then I'll wrap this obsidian pipe with the glass, but I'm just going to keep it open for now. So it's going in here. Now we got to power this guy, so we'll need some magmatics. And a tesseract with a power unit. The power is the tesseract. The power conduit is what I meant. And we have something to collect the lubricant with. Alright. And we'll turn these guys around. Hopefully I brought my screwdriver. All facing that way, and they will turn these grinders. Now the grinders have to feed the fluid ducts for the ender tank that will collect all of the lubricant. Oops, I'm turning this. I didn't know the screwdriver can turn items. Fluid duct, there it is. And now this is set to orange, and you remember that we have an orange tank from our last episode, and now we just got to drive these gears. So let's set the torques to their max. I should say their speeds to the max. And we'll connect an energy conduit to each. With a tesseract on top, connected to tree power. Energy receiving, that's fine. Yep, we're set. So this will start turning in a second. This doesn't have power. Oh, it's because I turned it off back at the base. Alright, well, let me head up. Don't blow. Okay, let me head up, and I'll bring you back after I've turned off the, well, turn on the power that I turned off back at the base. It's going to be a little bit of a trip, so it'll take me a few minutes. Be right back. Alright, so I've set the power, and I've cut away some of this wall here so that I can get access to it with this bone meal, just to see. Oh, I have my coin of fortune on. Let's try that again. I only have 10 more bone meal. Let's try it down here just to make sure it can reach all the way. Let's see if it blows it away. Yeah, it did blow it away. And as you can see, it reseeds it itself. That's what makes it the beauty of this farm, is that I don't have to be here. It's optimal. It'll automatically harvest the canola seeds on its own. And I've set the distance good enough so that, or it's the proper distance where it can reach the end canola. And as you can see, it's sending it down, that glitchy animation. I'm going to cover it with glass anyway, but yeah, it does send it sort of sideways. That's got to be fixed, I guess. That's a bug that's got to be reported. But it'll go down, and let's see if it should fill up this area, I believe. Yeah, there it goes in this one. See if it goes in one of these. Looks like it's all going to the middle first, and when it fills up the middle, maybe it'll move to the other ones. I don't know. Let's grab some of the canola seeds and stick them in there, just to see if they get distributed evenly. This will probably fill up first, but here's some lubricant. Now, I do have to set the outputs on this with pneumatics, but I do want to see first that all of them do fill up with lubricant. That's going to take a few seconds. I could probably speed through this. Let's speed through it. Alright, it looks like it's being distributed evenly, but there is a piece that's dropped here. Is that a glitch? No, actually there was a piece that dropped. So there is a problem here. Did that drop also? It looks like it goes through, and if it's full, then it bounces back. But it looks to be working just fine. See if we can drop it back in here again. Now I do have to set the outputs for these, because the lubricant is building up in the internal tanks. So let's do that. And as you can see, we got more canola than we can use here. Now I'm gonna have to fix that situation because I didn't have that problem at home when I ran that test the other day. So let's set this. There it is. I guess it's at the exit port, the outgoing port is where it gets connected or configured. Well, this is all working. I think we're ready to go ahead and start setting the lubricant to start flowing. And now we can set them. And as you can see, the lubricant is flowing. So it's working just fine going into the tank, and this is set to blue. So we have more canola seeds than we're actually using. This is working just fine. I gotta do something about making it so it doesn't fall out. It wasn't falling out in my previous test. I don't know what's different here. It was set up the same way. But yeah, this is the end of it, and it's working just fine. I'm gonna cover this up, and then I'll bring you back. Oh, one more thing I forgot to mention, in case you plan to do this. The reason why I don't need lubricant for this gearbox, and typically on a gearbox you do need lubricant, is because I made it out of bedrock. This is a bedrock gearbox. Now, although this is needing the lubricant, it doesn't matter because it won't break. It can't get damaged since it's bedrock. It has a durability of 100%, and it won't break down at all. So yeah, it's requiring the lubricant, but we're not putting any, and there's nothing it can do about it. Put it that way. Alright, so I'll meet you back. And we're back. I thought for closing this video that we might do a little something more interesting, so I did a little research on this Witherless rose, and it's basically just vials of glowing water. Glowing water is what it is, yep, and some nether stars with a rose. I got plenty of roses, so I thought we'd go ahead and do that. Let's craft one, and let's see if it gets stuck anywhere. There it goes. Alright, and let's get a couple of soul sand. Okay, I have some skulls on me. Let's head down. Now, let's see, do I have enough? I got my armor. Yeah, I think this will work. Now this is playing kind of risky. I'm going to be playing right under our base. And so this is one of the little strip mines that I've dug out. Searching for some quick ore. And we can set it right back here. I made a little spot back here for us. Drop some soul sand there. And I think that's how you do it. Yep, there goes. Alright, so we have our witherless rose on us here. So that should keep us from taking any withering effects. Hopefully we can finish this quickly. I didn't bring a bow, so see how we do. Here he goes. Oh, you know what? There's lava underneath. I probably shouldn't do this here. Yeah, let me take him over there. Excuse me. Can you come over here, please? Alright, let's see if he comes over. Now, I probably should have taken some withering effects. As I noticed, there is no effects on me, so I think I'm okay. Now why isn't he breaking down? I could probably shoot him with my bow right here. But he's regaining strength again, which I don't like. So let's see if we can clear this out for him, help him out. He may get out of melee mode in a few if I don't do this quickly. Why doesn't he want to come? I don't want him over the lava. Maybe if I hit him a little? He doesn't want to hit me. Want to be friends? Want to call it truth? You know, I think the lava was back there. I think we're okay. But, yeah, let me sneak up on him. He seems okay. He seems mild. Or am I crazy? I guess I'm crazy. Well, that's about it. Now, I did lose a lot of health there. Remember that I had my heart canisters on. So we are down quite a bit of health. Got the nether star without taking any effects of the withering effects. So yeah, this rose is excellent for working with the wither and with wither skeletons. It keeps you a little bit visually better so that your game doesn't conk out and start spazzing out, which is a nice effect. But yeah, this withering rose or witherless rose is a great benefit. So I think I'll call it there and say thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.